last, the big screen comes of age with a story they said could never be told. Never before such scenes of torrid passion. Never before such a galaxy of stars. Provocative John Cleese as the mysterious quadruple agent Clint Dogposture, master of disguise. Wherever it was hottest, he was there.
I feel I owe you some sort of explanation.
Sultry Graham Chapman as the slightly dedicated young intern, Dr. Dan Tendril.
What is it, Doctor?
I'm not sure, but I think it's Beethoven's Fifth.
Featuring rugged, husky Marty Feldman as iron-fisted rancher Rock Thunderclap. Who is this man? Women throw themselves at him. Women worship him, drawn by the strange animal power they can sense in him. He is brutal, he is ruthless, and he is all man.
Yes, but I'm not a fanatic about it.
At last, the 1948 show. And introducing your hostesses for tonight, Amy MacDonald and Mary Maud.
Hello again. I'm Amy MacDonald.
And I'm Mary Maud.
For the next half hour, we shall be wafting you around the world on the magic carpet of song.
And as we wing our way from foggy London town, where better for our first port of call than foggy Spain?
Sunny Spain.
Yes.
Excuse me. Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Goodness me, weren't you on the plane on the way over? Thought I recognised you.
I never forget a face.
Nor do I.
May I,
Enchanté.
Here on holiday, are you?
Yes, yes. And you?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Well, there's a turn-up.
I was wondering, do you have the right time?
I'm afraid I don't. I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh.
Por favor, senor.
Senor?
Senor, por favor, gracias.
Beg pardon, were you gentlemen addressing me? Oh, goodness me, weren't you two on the plane on the way over? That's right, fancy you remembering that. Never forget a face, well, there's a turn-up. Well. Oh, do you mind if I join you?
No. Take a few, always room for a little.
Oh, weren't you gentlemen on the plane on the way over?
That's right.
Oh.
Thought I recognised you.
Here on holiday, are you?
Oh, yes. And you?
Oh, yes. Well, where's the coincidence? The vino. Gracias. Would you gentlemen care to join me?
Won't say no. Sometime. And which part of the world do you hail from, then?
Oh, I'm from Bristol.
Yes, I thought you were. I can always place a man by his accent. I'm from Wimbledon. Yes, what about you? Where are you from, then?
I'm from Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, yes. Funny, you don't sound like a Scottie.
No, well, I spent most of my life in Cardiff.
That explains it. Yes, that would explain it. Say aye.
Aye.
Whereas we Londoners would pronounce it quite differently. We'd say aye.
Aye.
Yeah. How would you say it in...
Manchester.
Manchester.
We'd say aye.
Well, there you are, then.
Well, that's very interesting. Who said that?
It wasn't me.
No? Oh, it must have been me, then. Thought I recognised the voice.
Well, we haven't introduced each other formally. My name's Sidney Lotterby.
Oh, there's a turn-up. My name's Sidney Lotterby. So's mine.
And mine? Well, isn't that a coincidence, all being called Sidney Lotterby?
Who said that? It must have been me again.
No, it was me. No, it was me. I felt my lips move. Well, what's your line of business, Mr. Lotterby?
Wholesale greengrocery.
Really? All three of you? Well, isn't that a coincidence? I'm a barrister.
I mean, you don't sound like a barrister.
Well, I used to be a wholesale greengrocer.
You don't sound like a wholesale greengrocer. I'd have put you down as a barrister. Well, fancy that. 3 wholesale greengrocers and a barrister, all called Sidney Lotterby. Well, it takes all sorts to make a world. That's what I always say.
I always say that.
So do I. Me too, yes. It takes all sorts to make a world.
Well, forgive me saying this, but I was admiring your shirt.
Oh, thank you very much. I was, in fact, casting a few envious glances at your apparel.
So was I.
It's made sure it's not everybody's taste, but I like something a little bit different.
It'd be a sad old world if we all like the same thing.
Well, Mr. Lotterby,
call me Sydney.
Well, Sydney, I must be toddling.
Time and tide wait for no man.
Just waiting for the little lady to come down.
Yes, so am I.
Come, Sydney, we'll be late.
Coming, dear.
Well,
There's a coincidence.
He seems terribly depressed, Doctor. He won't eat anything, and he absolutely refuses to let me take his temperature.
Does anyone come to see him?
No, that's just the trouble.
Ah, well, in that case, we'd better put him onto the automatic hospital visitor lonely patients for the use of. You know how to operate it, do you?
Yes, Doctor.
Fine.
No need to show me the way, thank you, nurse. I'll find him myself. Ah, there you are, you old fraud. Large as life and twice as handsome. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Long time no see. Where shall I put these? How are you feeling? Very much worse. Yes, you're looking much better, old chap. Old chap. Old chap. I always said that all you needed was a good long rest. Look, I brought you some grapes. Oh, no. I've got 18 bunches. Nice, big, juicy ones. No need to thank me. No, I won't sit down, thank you. I was wondering if you would like me to bring you in... No, please, you go on. Mine wasn't at all interesting, really. I wasn't saying anything. How very interesting. I wasn't telling you anything. No, really, I'm not at all bored. In fact, I'm enjoying our little chat. Very, very much indeed. Do you want the bedpan? No. What are the nurses like then? I wouldn't know. I haven't noticed them. Ha. There can't be much wrong with you then. Oh dear, there goes the bell. No, it wasn't. Are you sure you don't want the bedpan? Sorry, I didn't realise I was tiring you. I have enjoyed our little chat. Nobody else is leaving. Yes, I know I'm always the last. I won't be popular with sister, will I? I'll come again and see you some grapes. Is your nurse pan feeling better? Grapes. Nurses, nice big juicy ones. Grapes. Goodbye.
And now, opera.
It is a night before the election of the Doge of Venice.
Stefano, clockmaker to Rufus the Great, suspects his half-sister, Amelia, of taking part in the vendetta.
Between Amerigo da Costa, a young Spanish corsair, and Angus MacTavish, at that time a Scotsman.
Geronimo, unbeknown to her, snatches the magic amulet. The anchor enters.
They all take poison and die. The end. And now...
Good evening. This evening I'm making an appeal to you on behalf of a large group of people, of which I am a member, whose active lives have been severely restricted by a disease brought on by the social pressures and the stresses of modern living, which we call sleep starvation. Now we... Good evening. This evening, I'm making an appeal on behalf... which we call sleep starvation. Now, medical research is expensive, but it is vitally important that something is done to find a cure for this socially disabling affliction. That is why I'm asking you to give, and give generously, in this deserving cause. Please send your contributions, however small, to this address. Thank you for listening. Next week, I shall be making an appeal on behalf of those unfortunate people who suffer from the delusion of being attacked by bats. Now, these people are more to be pitied and laughed at. The problem is growing every day, and it's time that something is done now before it is too late. Until next week, then, good night.
I don't like bats.
I don't like bats.
I like bats.
Shut up.
Good evening, Mr. Ardish. Welcome to Luxbear.
Dr. Atkins. Professor Newberg. Futon. MacDonald.
The same.
So it was a trap.
Yes. Checkmate, Mr. Ardish. You have made your last move.
I wouldn't be too sure, MacDonald. I still have one or two tricks left up my sleeve.
Kowalski, set his sleeves. Especially up them.
Nothing.
Nothing. I'll teach you to bluff me, Ardish. All right. Kowalski, go to Moresby, fetch the car, and collect the girl.
Not Susan.
Yes, Mr. Ardish, your pretty little Miss Hinter.
You swine.
What is it, Kowalski?
I can't drive.
You can't drive? Fool, don't pig! I'll teach you to drive.
Thank you, sir.
And so, I must take my leave of you. I wouldn't bother to call for help if I were you, Mr. Ardish. No one can hear you. They're all deaf. Do you hear me? Deaf. Ha, ha, ha.
Ground floor, please.
Help!
Great Scott! Ardish, thank God you're safe.
Yes, but Susan.
Susan, she's safe.
Thank God.
Roger, darling.
Susan.
Quick! We haven't a moment to lose. Strauss is on his way to Melton. We must warn the professor. MacDonald!
Great Scott.
Quick, the door!
Not so fast.
You won't get away with this, MacDonald.
Oh, won't I? This is a gun.
You won't get away with this, MacDonald.
And it's loaded.
I don't think you'll get away with this, MacDonald.
Shut up, you fool. You're all fools. Do you hear me? Fools. What are you?
Fools.
Yes. And now you're going to die.
One moment, MacDonald. Just one thing. Why did Spengler go to Amsterdam?
All right.
Look out!
I am the police!
You are the police!
I'll get more of them.
Spengler went to Amsterdam to tell Peterson to leave Hamilton's body in Keith's flat so that Brodie would think he was the Albanian minister.
I see. So he was lying when he said he hadn't visited Oxford last Friday.
Yes. Oh, but Herman told me Kramaric that the Dutch police suspected him of several cases of minor larceny and that he
Alfred, please.
I see. So he told Strauss to contact Brody.
Yes, but when Keith arrived by accident, he was forced to know Victoria, and to find Kowalski, to get him to tell Strauss, to contact Professor Barling, in Scotland, before Inspector Bold could discover where Hamilton had hidden the plastic stoat.
Great Scott! And Strauss contacted the Japanese antique collector and the Chinese laundry in Wigmore Street.
Exactly. So Peterson told Professor Barling to find something in Weymouth before he could discover that the gold was on the plane.
Take that!
Hands up!
Look out!
All right! This is a gun! And it's loaded! And it's a clear night!
What's that got to do with it?
Shut up! All right, Kowalski, you can come out now. Quiet! Kowalski, the door! Open it, you fool! Your disguise doesn't fool me, Inspector.
You won't get away with this, MacDonald.
Shut up, you fool! All of you! Get against the wall! You two, Kowalski, against the wall! You fools! You're all fools, and now you're going to die! This whole house is going to be blown to smithereens in 30 seconds from now, and there's 100-foot drop from all the windows, and the doors are locked, and I've swallowed the key!
And now, a song from Jack the Ripper.
Give me the moonlight, give me the gown, and leave the rest to me.
And now...
Hello, would you send in Constables Bude, Hawkins and Staymaker, please? Thank you. Right, come in, lads. I'm sorry about this, lads, but to put it bluntly, we're a little bit short of plainclothes policemen. Not to say plainclothes police women. Now, as you know, tonight we are going to raid the Pink Rhinoceros nightclub, and it's your job to infiltrate unobtrusively amongst the clientele as ladies of the night, as it were. Which brings me to the point, Stave Aker, why the pipe and the moustache, they have a certain lack of feminine mystery.
Oh, sorry.
And you, Hawkins, the helmet under the arm does nothing to the toot on the side. And Bude, I do think you might have taken the trouble to shave your legs.
I did, sir. This morning, sir. It's 5 o'clock shadow.
Well, apart from one of the two of those little niggling details, I think you all look absolutely super.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I'm sorry about the police boots, but high heel shoes size 16 are hard to come by. Now, let's see if we can remember our names for this evening, shall we? Stave Aker.
Philippa, sir.
Philippa?
Yes.
That is a nice name. That is
Hawkins, Samantha, sir.
And, Bude, don't tell me, Bude.
I thought it was Doris, sir.
That's good, well, that's splendid.
Sir, do I have to be Doris, sir? It's such a mousy name.
Well, what would you prefer?
Bubbles, sir. Bubbles do.
Bubbles. Well, Bubbles it is, then.
Beg pardon, sir. If he can be Bubbles, do I have to be Philippa, sir?
What's wrong with Philippa? It's rather a nice name.
Well, it's all right. It's all right, but it's a bit plain. It's a bit common, if you know what I mean. So if you don't mind, I'd rather be Burial.
Police Constable Beryl it is then. And I suppose, Hawkins, you want to change your name?
No, sir, I'm quite happy with my name, so I think Samantha is me, sir. I think with my English rose complexion, so I think Samantha is definitely me, sir.
Well, with that cleared up, we should be all right.
Yeah.
Were you at all worried about your perfume, any of you?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. I think my perfume is too flowery, sir, for Samantha. Samantha, sir. What I like, sir, is something a bit more maddening, like what Doris has got. Bubble.
Yes. Right, now. Right, well, now, you know what you have to do. You go to the club and you seat yourselves provocatively on a bar stool and engage gentlemen customers in conversation. Now, what's going to be your approach?
I'd say, hello, cheeky face. Want to buy a drinky for a pretty little copper? I mean, girl, sir.
Splendid, but don't forget to waggle your hips a little bit.
OK, sir, but I don't appear too cheap, otherwise he won't respect me.
One question, sir. What do we do if the gentlemen get too fresh?
Very good question. What if the gentlemen get just a little bit too fresh? What would you say, Bubbles?
I'd say, hello. What's all this then? Mind how you go, and I must warn you that anything you take down may be used in evidence against
Good, now you go. You go to the club, act as aforementioned, and when the cabaret goes on, then you take up your positions by the doors, and when the stripper, Miss Gloria Esterhazy, comes to the end of her act, you reveal your identities and make your arrests. Right, got that?
Yes, sir. One thing, sir. Why can't I have a mini skirt like Bubbles has got, sir?
You haven't got the legs for it. Dress your age.
What do you mean I haven't got the legs for it? What do you mean my age, you old scrubber? What a scrubber?
Did you hear what she called me?
What a scrubber? Who's an old
Now off you go now, and at the cue, when Miss... at the cue, you arrest everybody in the club, except Miss Gloria Esterhazy, the stripper. I don't want her touched.
Why not, sir?
Because that'll be me.
Due to a misunderstanding between the director and myself, you didn't see me dance. But last night, I made him promise.